Good morning, everybody. I'm Sianne Jones from the Healing Sanctuary. I'm a feng shui consultant specialising in energy clearing, and I'm also a clairvoyant medium giving people direction and guidance. Now, the feng shui, specialising in energy clearing, I do people and places, and I've had very, very good results. People coming to me and they maybe feel a bit stuck, they can't move on. And actually they've come back, sent me an email or sent a text saying they don't know what I've done, but I've certainly shifted something pretty nasty because they haven't felt so good in a long, long time. And I've had other people who've got friends coming up to them saying, oh wow, you look so different, what have you done? And they've said, well, you better ask Sianne because she's just done an energy clearing on me. And their eyes have looked brighter, they just look completely different. So that's been really exciting. Also, I do psychic parties, and they've become very popular where you get a group of friends around, have a few drinks and nibbles, a catch up, perhaps you haven't seen your friends for a few months, invite them all round, and I take people into a separate room, and they can either have 10, 20 minutes, 30-minute readings, and then I find them such fun, and it creates a really nice energy for people, and it's a safe environment because people might be a bit frightened. But if you're with your friends, you think, oh, actually, you've got a bit of support. So it's rather a nice way to be introduced to it. So now before, I won't talk too much, but also the main thing is as well, I'm starting back on TV at the beginning of May, which is really exciting, doing the live readings, live TV, and also content-based work, which where I'll do the feng shui, go out to people's houses, different places, getting better energy in their places and for them as well. So before I carry on any further, I just need a couple of volunteers. This is how I do my readings. I mean, I do psychometry when people come to the house, and I'll hold a piece of jewellery, but like I did a mediumship demonstration a month or so ago, and you can tune in and you just get information from people, and I don't need any tools. Same with the phone readings. I work for a website company doing phone readings, and I just tune into their vibration. And also if someone emails, I've had people all over the world email, and you just tune in again, and there's always great results. So even on the phone you say, oh, this is how you're feeling, does that make sense? Or you say a few words and they say, oh yeah, that's right. So it does work very well, and the main thing I enjoy the most is helping people, especially to move on, and when they come back and say, oh, you've helped me so much, thank you very much. Like a girl was desperate the other day and she rang and she came and she had a really desperate situation, and it was a bit of bullying going on, it involved, you know, all sorts of things, and can't say too much about it, but because it is confidential, but yeah, she was just so pleased, and I'm so pleased I was able to fit her in because it has made a huge difference to her life. So now anyone in the room, if they've got perhaps a question, you don't tell me, in your mind perhaps think of something you'd like an answer to, and you can shuffle these cards and pick a card. Again, no one else in the room needs to know because it is personal to you. I did it one time and everyone was so amazed what they got. They said, oh, I want to tell you what my question was, and I want to show you the card because I can't believe how good it is, you know. But not everybody's like that, so it is very personal. So would anybody like to choose a card? Okay, right, Eliana. So shuffle the cards and pick, just think of a question and then pick one.
You can tell I'm a poker, can't you?
Okay, right.
For me to keep,
yes,
or?
no, you just read what it says. You don't have to show anybody, and then if you don't want to, and then you can read further information in this book just to clarify what you've asked.
Okay.
All right. Is that helpful to you? Good. Yeah. So you can read in the book there, it just elaborates on what it says on this card. Okay. Okay, so who? Oh, Alice, all right then. Right.
No, you go ahead. How many have you got time for?
Oh, how much time have I got left, please? So shuffle these, Alice, and just pick a card. Right. Is anybody else game?
Oh, excellent.
Does that make sense to you, Alice? Oh, good. You can have a look at the book when Eliane's finished. Oh, hang on. When they fall out, when they fly, Alan, when they fly out, they're very significant. So it's all right. Don't worry.
Should have kept that one.
3 fell out. That's what happens sometimes. You're shuffling and you're thinking of a question. If cards fly out, it means it's really significant, and that is really good. They're good cards for you, you know. So, right. So. Now, just hand the book around. Is anyone game on this table? Oh my goodness! Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so who was first then? All right.
I'll go as well. But
all right. Well, hang on. Here we are, Chris. Right.
ready to shuffle.
Yeah, shuffle the cards and then just.
The Grand National winner.
I haven't quite got the lotto numbers yet.
He's talking a chair guy at the time. This actually says.
No, if you read the book,
Oh, right.
you'll know what it means.
Okay. The book's on its way around.
Yes, and as I know you, I can understand. But yeah, so if you read the book, put it back. It's all right. Put it back, and then you read the book, and you'll understand what it means for you. Okay, right. Because the other thing I do as well, I'll hand those cards around. Hang on, just thank you, and then you just get the book. Remember what you got, because I'm just conscious of the time. That's all. Okay. So now, yes, shuffle these, think of a question, pick a card, because I want to show you the dowsing rods. This is what I do use in houses and also for energy clearing of places, of people as well. So what I do is I ask to show any negative energy, and if I ask to say, show me negative energy, they cross like that, and I'm not moving them, and I want to be told where there's positive energy or clear energy that isn't stuck, and they'll go straight on like that. So if I say, show me negative energy, they just go like that. So and I'm not moving them, so when I go to people's places, I'll usually see anyway if there's negative energy or feel it in a place, and I'll say to them, oh, it's over there, and I go over and sure enough it is. But it's just showing them these are actually a good tool to show people physically, you know, visually, what's going on. And then I use all these different tools like shakers, like that. There's a drum here as well that I go round, and I've got a lovely bell, and this balances all the energy. This came from Bali, and it was especially made for energy clearing. So, and then I use sage as well, and that's very good for cleansing for people and places again. You put a match and let it start smoking, and then you go around, and that's very good. And this is a spray that balances the energy, and really nice smelling spray that. So I think, yeah, I've just used other tools as well as I'm going around, and as you're clearing either a person or a house or a building, land, you can, as you're going around with the different tools, you feel the energy getting lighter, and it's all brighter and clearer, even if it's a dark place. And people who are there notice it as well. So it does work very well. So have I got a volunteer to come up, because I have got these rods, and what it will do is it'll show up where there's negative energy, if someone's got a bad back or something like that, and then I'll clear it and show that it's actually cleared, and the rods will move, will go on. Okay, all right, Alice. Yep, that's all right, yeah. I mean, obviously it takes half an hour to do a proper clearing on anyone, and if there is something that's been there for some time, it might take more than one session. Okay, right. So here we go. Now, have you been handing the book around? Oh, good. So, oh, good, right. Okay, how much time have we got?
You've got nearly 10 minutes.
10 minutes still?
Yeah, actually no, 8.
Oh, gosh. Oh, right, okay. Right. There we go. Right, okay, so that's quite blocked energy. Do you see that? Unfortunately, but nothing can be, there's always a remedy here, which is really exciting. Okay, so now I'm going to ask for the energy to be cleared, and remember, when I do have a session with somebody, this is only a very quick taster session to get the energy moving and clearing, start the clearing process. But if people come to the house or I go to them, you know, it's a good half an hour, and there's an amazing difference actually when it's done properly. So let's ask for this to be cleared. Around the back as well. I'm just asking for the energy to be cleared now. Okay, right, so let's have a look here. Okay, right, let's check. You see, so before they crossed, now they're not crossing at all, see? So that started the process, and so just anything else that you do as well will, like when I'm using my shaker, like the rattle there, sometimes I'll just do how does that feel? You might not feel anything. Did you feel anything? Because one other time you felt something.
I felt tingly last.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, that starts the process. But what I do is I quite often will just do the rods and use the sage and the spray, and that clears people anyway. But sometimes people need a really thorough cleansing, and I'll use all these tools and go around. So that's, thank you, Alice, for being brave enough to come up. Right, yeah. And so, yeah, so has anyone got any questions, please?
When you're treating somebody like that, I appreciate you would have given us for half hour or so.
Oh, yes,
How
yeah.
long does that last, or does it depend on the environment they go back into?
Well, it lasts for quite some time, but I usually say to people, depending on what the problem is, it's usually, say, 6 months to a year, but sometimes they might have to come back 3 times, you know, like you would if you've had a bad shoulder and you've gone to get a massage or something like that. But also what's going on in a person's life as well. They may just feel they need to come. But usually in a house, it's usually a year. But sometimes I might not hear from someone for 2 years, you know. So, but it's like spring cleaning. You know, you can spring clean a house, it can be all lovely, but over time, you know, it's the same as energy. It will, you know, you've got to keep it cleared to keep the energy tip-top, you know, to keep it free and of any negative energy. Because the thing is, you can have people coming in to see you, or anybody coming to your house, business, and there might be people who are a bit negative. There's been a divorce going on in some place, someone's died. You know, you just don't know if someone might be ill, not feeling very well. So all that energy builds up in the walls and in yourself as well. So that's why it's really good to just keep that energy cleared at all times. And if you do feel like you're not feeling 100%, it's always a good thing to do. I do mediumship, which is contacting people who have passed away, who are now on the other side, and quite often people will just ring up for a reading. They don't know why they've come, and they say, oh, I don't know why I'm here, and suddenly, straight away, I'll feel someone come in, like a grandparent, a mother, father, even a young baby that's passed away, and they grow up in the spirit world, children, and quite often, but I go very, very cold, so even on a hot, sunny day, in my conservatory, I go frozen, and you can see, and I can feel people come in, and they might say, oh, I said, what's this wheelbarrow in the garden? It's, oh, yeah, my granddad used to wheel me around as a baby, as a child, in this wheelbarrow. And sometimes they'll make jokes, they're quite humorous. But yeah, this girl's grandmother had passed away, and she was quite close to her, and she you know, used to ask her for advice and things like that. So she straight away came in. We sat down, tuned in. Oh, yes, she did, because she kept saying, oh, can you ask her this, can you ask her that? And it was quite nice, because obviously yeah, that's right. And quite often I've had people, a lady came once and the son had died of something, it wasn't a brain hemorrhage, it was something to do with brain, and sometimes I'll get physical symptoms, and I have a really bad headache, and I felt really awful, and I said, oh, somebody's here, and I said, oh, you lost a, it was a male, I said, and then I said, oh, have you lost a child? She says, oh, yes. Someone very close to you. I mean, they're very careful when you're tuning in. You can't just say, hello, have you lost, you know, your husband or whatever. And they came in, and I said, there's something with his head, with his brain, and I described when it was, how long it was till he passed away. And he came back, and she said, that's absolutely right, and it was some brain problem. But it was really interesting, because she knew it was him. Because, I mean, I never met her before. So it's quite interesting, really. And I had a lady on the phone once, and she'd lost her husband. And I suddenly got him through, and I thought it was her husband. But I said, oh, someone very close you've lost. And then all of a sudden I said, oh, was it like someone really close male? I said, oh, partner, husband. I said, that's what it feels like. She said, oh, no, it's my husband. And she was so thrilled, because they sometimes come with quite distinct messages, and you absolutely know it's them. So it is comforting for some people, you know, it's really nice. But I have no control over it. So if they don't want to come through, I can't say, please come now, and I can't pretend they're here if they're not. So, yeah, so it's really quite interesting.
Thank you, Sianne.
Okay, right. Hope that's been enjoyable for everybody. Right.